Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steve with LRM. Today we're going to talk about replacing the bushings on your air cleaner filter housing. But before I get started, guys, I need you to pound and like those videos I've shooting out to help you save some money. Also, if you guys have any questions or something that I haven't done yet, leave a comment at the bottom. And if you want to save money and see more content coming your way, don't forget to subscribe. All right, so let's hop right into this, right? So I have a Freightliner Cascadia Freightliner right behind me. Usually I get a customer complaining like there's a rattle noise underneath the hood. You know, normal technicians will obviously check clamps, you know, hoses, anything like that. But sometimes what happens is the filter will just be sitting on top of the engine, just bouncing away because the bushing is broken. So it separates from itself and it's just the front end part's just bouncing away. Gets a little annoying, but you guys can do this yourself. So what I would say is pull up a drink and have fun with it. So few tools that we're gonna need. You're gonna need a ratchet or a electric ratchet, a 13mm deep socket, and a flathead screwdriver and a little pull, all right? You'll see why in a second. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the right side of the motor. We're gonna remove the pipe that goes from the turbo to the air cleaner first. And what we're gonna need is a flathead screwdriver and of course some pull. You guys are gonna have to put it in there. So let's hop onto the right side of the vehicle and get going. All right guys, so we're on the right side of the vehicle. And like I said, we're gonna remove this pipe. It goes from the turbo to the air filter housing right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this, just not remove, but loosen it up so we can slide it back. And this is where your flathead screwdriver will come in. So I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat because I already had it off a little bit. There you go. So get it just enough so you can slide that off. And then we're gonna do the same thing up on here, this last clamp. All right, just where it's loose. All right, and this is where I said the pull part comes in, right? Put your arms around it, put your belly up against the tire, and pull just like that. That's all you need, just out of your way. You don't have to remove it completely. You just, like I said, just out of your way. So now it's disconnected. And then I'm gonna go on the other side and start removing the bolts to the air cleaner. All right, guys, so before I climb up onto this truck, I just wanna show you where the few bolts we're going, right? So the one on the back, you're just gonna loosen it because it'll slide out. So it's the one right towards the back wall. It's right here, right? It's a 13mm. All you're gonna do is loosen it up so it rattles a little. And then the other two are in the front, right? Another 13mm. And those nuts you're gonna completely remove off to the side. And I'm gonna put it on the rain tray so I don't lose it. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up the one nut and remove the other two nuts off the air filter housing so I can get it out of the way. So I'm climbing up on the truck right now, guys. Let's make it happen. All right, guys, so like I said, the one nut on the back, all I'm gonna do is loosen it up. And like I said, it's a 13mm. There you go. You can do this if you want. You'll feel a little movement. And then we're gonna remove the other two nuts right here in the front. So as you guys can see, this could take a minute if you're using a hand ratchet. And remember, if you don't wanna lose it, put it on the rain tray. And then you guys can see the difference. Just invest in these, and these don't take up a lot of space in your truck. There you go. It's a little bit easier and faster, unless you want to just sit around and drink, which is fine. So you're gonna lift the front up and then slide just like that. Easy peasy, guys. And believe it or not, I'll lay this right on top of the rain tray. You can, it's not gonna hurt anything. Then you grab your ratchet. So this is what I'm gonna remove now. What happened is there's a nut right here underneath, just to make life easier. Just remove the 4 bolts. Now, if you guys forget which bolt goes where, see where it's thin? The short one. Where it's long, the long bolt. So in case you guys forget. And then this is the one I'm gonna replace because you can see where the damage is. Flip it upside down. And there you go, the one bushing. So what you do is just toss that out, grab your new one, slide that bad boy in. And if you guys, before you ask, there is no up or bottom, just slide it in there. The poles are the same depth on each side. Hold it in place, just like that. Lay this on top. Oop, it's already gonna bother me because it doesn't look straight to me. Just like that. Oh, there you go, now I feel better. Pull the bolts back in. Now you guys are probably looking at it like, oh, why can't we just do it from there? You probably can with a little ratchet, but to be honest, as you can see, it doesn't even take that long. 4 bolts, it's out. You get the right tool, you get it all back together pretty quick. So all crisscross, just like that. All right, and as you can see, you see the notch here? That's where you just slide it on. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, sometimes these do go bad, not as bad as these. These go out the most, but as you can see, it's only held on by 2 bolts. So if you ever had to replace the rear bushing, you can. And again, it is a 13 millimeter. So now I'm gonna put the air cleaner back on the play, right here. Woo. Look, I forgot to tell you guys something. See this hose? Someone didn't plug it back in. All right, it goes right here. And to get that off, all you gotta do is squeeze it. So some of the air cleaners don't have it, you know, especially the older Freightliners. On the newer ones, they will. So if you feel where it tugs, just remember to squeeze this. So I forgot to tell you guys about that. So on this particular Freightliner, it is a little newer, and it's just because it has a, you know, crankcase filter here. Just remember to unsqueeze that. Actually, I think it's more for the air compressor, if I'm correct. But just keep that in mind, that if it pulls and it doesn't give away, just don't keep yanking at it. Reach around the corner, squeeze the tabs, and it'll pop right off, all right? All right, that goes in like that. Just like that. The 2 nuts that I put up here. So I always start with my fingers because I'm a firm believer that putting it on with a tool, you get a better chance of cross-threading it. If you get it like this, where you do it with your fingers, you have a better chance not cross-threading it. Then you just go to your tool. And there you go, brand new. Back in, and then you just tighten up the bolts, or the nuts, sorry, nuts, not bolts. And there you go. That part is easy. Then all that's left is put on the pipe, and we're all done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, guys, so a quick recap, right? So what we did was remove the pipe going from the turbo to the air cleaner. And then as you can see, I removed the 2 nuts on the top as well, just loosen the one in the back, slide the air cleaner housing out of the way. And then we take that bracket right off, right? 13 millimeter, don't forget. And then just a little bit of time, you put that bushing right on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And guys, this is here for you to save some money. So if you guys like what you saw today, don't forget to pound that like button. If you guys have any questions or concern on what you saw, leave a comment at the bottom. And guys, I want some content coming your way. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys around at the next video.